Live from New York, it's Life with Bucky. Yes, Life with Bucky, the program that answers almost any question. And featuring world-famous dancers, the Buckettes, the Buckaroos Orchestra, and Bucky's special guest stars, world-renowned skydiving experts, Charles King and Kitty Harry King. And I'm Peter, Bucky's announcer and sidekick. Now the star of Life with Bucky, her royal Buckiness, the world's most amazing cat, Bucky. Before we get further into the show, New York City Fire Chief Sparks Random reminds us that theater fire extinguishers are not toys.
Telegram, Western Union telegram for Bucky.
Oh, Bucky, it's a telegram from superstar Brad Pitt. Yes, of course, I'll read it. Dear Bucky, I love your tiny show, and if I owned it, I'd call it The Pits. P.S. Don't read this on the air.
Good day. With December coming, you and your cat can enjoy the benefits of group bathing suit malfunction security when you sign up for our Beach Ball of the Month Club.
My goodness, how do you keep getting this number? Well, okay now, before we meet special guest stars, world-renowned skydiving experts, Charles King and Kitty Harry King, alert listener Frank Meander of nearby Oil Depot, Wyoming writes, Dear Bucky, I adopted my sweet Kitty Exon from a gas station attendant in our fair city of Oil Depot, Wyoming. Kitty Exon was a foundling, and I so love him, but to this day he insists on checking my car's oil every day. What's up with this? While Bucky is thinking about how best to answer, let's turn to the Buckaroos Orchestra and Patty, Maxine, Laverne, Hazel, and Tiptoe, the 5 tapping Buckettes and their 20 paws. Buckettes fan Claude Talon of Frostbite, South Dakota, requests the Buckettes dance to any song about Taylor Swift. Well, okay then, here are the Buckettes and the Buckaroos Orchestra, featuring Cosmo Starr on the single-valve sousaphone and the 2017 hit song, I'm Tailor Made. The Buckaroos Orchestra, featuring Cosmo Starr on the single-valve sousaphone and the 2017 hit song, I'm Tailor Made. And that went out to Buckettes fan Claude Talon of Frostbite, South Dakota. If you have a favorite song you'd like the Buckettes to dance to, let them know at lifewithbuckyradio@gmail. Now, alert listener Frank Meander of nearby Oil Depot, Wyoming tells Bucky his adopted Kitty Exon from a gas station attendant in Oil Depot, Wyoming, insists on checking his car's oil every day. Well, Bucky says Kitty Exon was required to take the full garage auto service course and will likely continue checking your oil and eventually wash your windshield at no extra charge, and all with the same courteous service. Got a question for Bucky? Send it along to lifewithbuckyradio@gmail.
This is Action News Update. A planned protest march against plastic food bowls by 30,000 cats was canceled this week when 29,000 were found to be napping peacefully at home. Country music star Carrie Underwood revealed this week her lifelong desire to learn yodeling. Japan's world champion yodeler Takeo Ishii says, bring it on. Historic scenic wonder Niagara Falls will celebrate its 12,000th anniversary this year with canoeing, swimming, and other water sports events. That's Action News Update. Remember, if it happened today, it's news to us.
And now, another thrilling episode of Bucky's Mystery Tale.
Them's mighty big words, stranger, but not as big as my bodyguard here, Alice Fran Loretta Brandy Dolly Taylor Jones. And that's just one person. And have you seen my pet squirrel?
This has been another thrilling episode of Bucky's Mystery Tales.
Oh, that must be Bucky's special guest stars, world-renowned skydiving experts, Charles King and Kitty Harry King. Charles King and Kitty Harry King, welcome to Life with Bucky here at New York's historic Stranded Theater on Broadway.
Well, thank you, Bucky. And you, who are you?
Well, I'm Peter, Bucky's announcer and sidekick.
Sidekick? So you're what, the court jester?
And where have we reached you today?
Kitty Harry King and I are aboard our Cessna 404 aircraft high above the dense forest of Kansas City.
Bucky says there are two Kansas cities, Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. Which one are you over?
Well, both, but Kitty Harry and I know what we're flying over. After all, we're both pilots.
I see.
Well, I doubt that.
A Cessna 404 sounds like a very expensive airplane.
Not really. We found it going really cheap because it has no doors, or seatbelts, or seats.
And what's that sound we hear?
Looks like a flight of Canada geese.
Bucky says high-flying geese can be a danger to aircraft. How often do these geese strike an airplane?
Just one, actually.
Can anyone learn to skydive?
Well, yes, of course. Like Kitty Harry and I, all you need to do is get high enough in the sky. We recommend an airplane for this, and then just jump out.
Are there important skydiving tips for beginners?
Yes, first, before jumping, make sure that you're not the pilot. Second, a parachute is always helpful. Third, do not attempt to land in a heavily forested area, or ocean, or lake, or schoolyard, or amusement park, or football field during an NFL game. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh?
Looks like the Kansas City Chiefs are on the 10-yard line, and there are these two very tall, pointy poles. Very pointy.
Ow.
Did Kitty Harry and I mention that we deliver parcels to homes all over the country by skydiving right to their front door?
More Bucky exclusive skydiving and parcel delivery information in the full color selection of funny and loving short stories in Life with Bucky the Book at Amazon.com. And Bucky wants all of you to know that your vet is the best source of pet care information. Well, that's our show for today, folks. Got a question for Bucky? Send it along to lifewithbuckyradio@gmail.com. Until next time, so long.